What's cracking? It's your favorite day of the week. And that's because we got the hottest set of twins, Queen Reese and Sway Swizz, always giving you that motivation and that inspiration. So congratulations on tapping in with the twins.
It's time to tap in. It's time to tap in. It's time to tap in.
Tap in with the twins, right?
It's time to tap in. It's time to tap in. It's time to tap in.
Tap in with the twins, right?
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your favorite set of twins, Queen Reese and Sway Swizz, episode 3. Tap in with the twins. How everybody feeling? Well, I hope everybody feeling good out there. How about that?
Hope y'all feeling great.
But more importantly, how you feeling, twin?
I'm feeling good. You know, I can't complain. You know,
you got through your cleanse and everything.
I got through my cleanse. I did.
Well, you forgot that big.
I'm ready to eat right now. Yes, I did get through the cleanse. It was so tough, y'all, but I did it, which just goes to show that anything you put your mind to, you can do it.
Exactly.
But yeah.
And you got to block out everybody around you, right? Because remember, Mom didn't even. She was like, why are you doing that?
Yeah,
but,
not even her.
Purpose and
I had people trying to feed me. Girl, just eat. Let me give you this. Right. It just goes to show, too, like, not only just that you, once you got your mindset on something, just really sticking to it no matter what nobody says, regardless of what they got. And that's why sometimes it's just not necessary to share everything. And I'm not going to say that don't share that you're doing the cleanse, but, you know, sometimes just things are better left unsaid, and you can show them better than you can tell them.
Exactly. That way you ain't got to worry about no distractions and people trying to discourage you.
Right.
Because we know that happens all the time.
Yeah. Did you miss me?
I'm back. Welcome back. Listen, we ate good yesterday. We was at Rock South yesterday. I was like, she's back.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't supposed to tell you ate Rock. No, you ate turkey.
Yeah, I kept it kind of healthy,
You did. You should just go ahead and keep rolling and
I
am. Just stay on a healthy path.
It's the thing with this healthy food stuff, though, is that it's all nasty as hell. Like, so I just need to find the right chef because
and expensive.
Yeah, and expensive. Like, but I've been trying stuff. I've been trying the quinoa, however you say that one word that's similar to rice. Q-U-I-O-N-O-A. I don't even know how to say it. But and just the different like alkaline foods and stuff, and just trying to eat healthy. Honest, I tried that burger. That's made out of Beyond Meat, I believe it is, or something. Just, it was so nasty. But I do, and I know because I mentioned this to you before, and you mentioned like Slutty Vegan is a good place. So I know that there maybe I'm just not coming across the right places. Maybe I need to take the time to try to cook it on my own. But hell, I struggle making.
You know, because it is difficult. You know what I do when I go on my real, when I zone out and get on my real healthy focus plan.
Mm-hmm.
I just try to just eat like baked chicken because it's hard. Like you said, that stuff is expensive, but it doesn't taste good. So I try to eat like baked chicken. I just eat chicken all day.
And so unfortunately, I heard with the baked chicken that if I'm trying to understand if that's true, but that it doesn't help the fibroids. I know the lady that's doing the cranberry tonic, whole nother discussion, mentions that. So I've been trying to learn. I don't know if it's just a certain grade of chicken, if I need to go get it. Really? You know, not farm raised, or I don't know, but because I love chicken, I know where you was going with that. With baked chicken, you can make it so many different ways. But I definitely will do the baked fish.
And then just like
play
the
around
vegetables,
with the
broccoli and stuff like that.
Yeah,
just watch the carbs, potatoes, rice, and all that stuff. Yeah. But congratulations to you for being done with that, twins. Glad to have you back. We're going to go out to eat after this, matter of fact.
Yeah.
But listen, so this is what I want to talk about first before we get into anything.
How was your week?
I know, right?
Now, come on now, the Don Dada. You be so busy, you so ready to... Look, how was your week,
ready
baby?
To go in. My week was busy. It still is busy. Today was really busy. Working on some franchise deals, so you know, the FDD, the documents and everything for that is so extensive and just
I believe it.
It's a lot of work. It took a lot of time to even create the documents, the FDD, for the franchise. But I've been busy with meetings and stuff like that. Just trying to take Encore to the next level and trying to really focus on myself and, like we talked about on the last episode, just enjoying life and just relaxing more, hiring a little bit more help. Trusting the help, and not micromanaging them.
That part.
Shout out to Shay, operations manager for Encore. She's been helping me out.
Thank you, Shay. Shay saved the day.
And what's crazy is I really act like I have. You would think that like my beauty professionals at Encore just drive me nuts. I just drive myself nuts, really, because
now that's some real shit for you to just admit that.
They're really a great group of people, and they really don't even bug me like that. You know, it's really smooth sailing. So. But I've just always been just on 100, and you know, I just want to relax and just find a hobby. Like I told you, I'm serious about my dance class.
Lord, I can't wait to see the routine.
You know, just
performance coming soon.
Yeah, exactly. Paid performance. But just like fishing and just taking time to myself and just you know tapping into myself more.
Absolutely, I'm so glad to hear that.
Which is different and it's different.
For you, I bet
it is.
There's a lot of people that's what they typically do all their life, but you've been so focused on trying to just make sure you're great and the family's great. And I know that you know that's just been who you've always been, just having that. Carrying that weight, I guess, just to be honest, even though, again, we haven't put it on you. You just kind of naturally carry that because you just want to see your whole family succeed and be happy. Like, that's the genuine love you have for us that we have for you as well.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I look forward to seeing you relax a little bit more. And
I know. I don't even know if that's how it's going to work.
Right.
Because I think once I start to hire people, I think I would just start volunteering for shit and just signing up for stuff and just.
Well, like, ain't no pressure coming from some you volunteering from, so nothing wrong with that. If you want to go around and volunteer and feed the homeless or do something like that, I don't see nothing wrong with that. I would like to think that couldn't cause too much stress.
You know me.
I know, because you're going to try to make sure it's perfect. And are they getting steak and potatoes with a fork and a knife?
Who cut the steak like that? No, it should be medium well. Medium well. Like Sharice, they didn't manage to get damn potatoes, got them all rotten.
Right. Meanwhile, they don't give a damn if it's came in one big clump. They just thankful for the food. But
I am trying to just calm down. It's funny. I'm laughing at it, but it really is irritating, and I really just want to change that about myself for real. So, you know, we'll see how that goes.
We're going to pray that
But listen, driving here, right?
What happened?
These water boys in Atlanta. No, seriously.
Well, you made it alive.
Seriously.
Because they ruthless.
Right, because it definitely feels like I'm getting robbed. Like, I don't know about y'all, but these water boys in Atlanta, these boys that are selling water bottles on the corners of the streets are so freaking aggressive. Yeah. I'm really just tired of it, and I really hope the city does something about it. And it's unfortunate because some of these young boys really are good young boys. They have good manners. They're respectful. If you tell them no, they'll walk away, won't cuss you out. But some of these thugs, and I'm going to say that, like, because that's who they are. They act like thugs. You tell them no, you don't want water. They're banging on your window, cussing you out. Mm-hmm. I told one boy I didn't want water. I mean, he pulled out a stack of money like, bitch, I don't need your money anyway. And I'm like, well, why the hell are you selling water? And why are you so upset because I'm not thirsty right now? You know what I mean? Like, I heard we were out the other day, and a lady was telling us that her friend had got robbed. They had reached in and grabbed the purse. I saw a video where they were standing on a girl's Jeep, and they were just banging on her window because she didn't want to buy some water. And it's like they're messing it up for the good boys.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Who are innocently out here hustling, trying to make something.
Exactly. Because it's a good little side hustle, especially in the summer, you know, when you're thirsty. And then a lot of people just want to support the kids that's out here just doing that instead of being in the streets.
Exactly.
But what's happening is the street boys are coming over and taking this over. So it is the hood, it is the thugs, it is the street boys that's out there selling water, and ain't no telling what else they're selling. But it just
changes the whole dynamic of it now. You know, first, you know, because they are coming and adding a whole nother bad energy to it. Exactly. You know, if it was like you said, just the young men, because I have came across some that were respectable and just kept it moving. You know, if you didn't want the water, and I commend them for just even standing out there doing that, let alone being respectful. But I've definitely experienced. I done been called out my name plenty times for that.
They put out guns. They've shot people. Like, it's crazy, and it's just unfortunate because you can't even just sit at a red light without feeling like you're about to get robbed. Like, that's what it feels like. They come so aggressive.
They do.
That it's so uncomfortable. Like, you ready to skirt off. You ready to defend yourself. Yeah. And then what? Then they're going to be like, oh, well, they were boys. They were kids. These kids are instilling fear in people. Like, I can't imagine the older people that are at the lights, the white people, just to be honest. You know, they're already intimidated by a certain figure, a certain black person, I guess, or certain black men, you know what I mean? But them coming and just being so aggressive is just so frustrating, and it sucks. And I know there was a plan to kind of stop it and make the boys like go to training or something. They said they were going to have to require a license for them to sell the water.
Really?
And they were going to put them through training to show them how to be business owners and operate a small business. And I thought that is such a great idea, right? But
that is.
I don't know if it's really going to happen or not. I definitely think they should have a permit just because it's gotten out of control. It's gotten violent.
Agreed.
But I would love to see that. I think that would be so dope to turn it into something positive where, you know, okay, we train the boys on how to be small business owners, how to operate the business, how to do your budget. Okay, you bought this much water. How much did you make? How much did you profit? I just hope that does happen. I don't know what the plan is. I know some things take time. But I do hope that happens.
Yeah, that would be great, especially because they already got the hustler's mentality in them. So if you just really come instill the right, you know, just method or whatever for them to execute correctly, it could be something beautiful, honestly.
Exactly. And so the thing is, like, you know, I've seen posts about these boys, and, you know, every once in a while I try to just not comment on certain things, especially when I know somebody else is going to respond and I'm going to be going back and forth. But I have just kind of commented a couple times, and as people get so defensive, like, well, damn, what do you want them to do? You want them to be on the street selling drugs? Right. I'm like, well, damn, that's exactly what it feels like. Matter of fact, it feels like I'm the one selling the drugs and they're about to rob me. So just because they're not out selling drugs doesn't mean, okay, well, let's just let them come and harass everybody on the corner. You know what I mean? And there are some good boys. So this is what I do, right? When I pull up, if I see them, if they ask me for some water, I always say no. And I see how they respond. And when they respond, they be like, okay, and walk away. I'll be like, come here. I give them $20. I don't even want the water. Here's $20. Good job handling that. You're still being professional, even when you didn't make the sale. You know what I mean? But when they start acting crazy, like, it does something to me. It shakes my energy. Like, I'm just frustrated, irritated, and just, you know what I mean? So I can't imagine, like I said, what other people are going through. Right. But, you know, some people need to just understand that there are some good ones. There are some bad ones. So the whole excuse that, okay, well, at least they're not outside killing nobody, it does not excuse their behavior. Exactly. It does not. It does not excuse their behavior. I'm sorry. And that's the main thing. So let's train these boys right. Like, even at my salon, they do it a lot on the corner, and they leave so much trash. Like,
I remember seeing that one day.
I mean, they're leaving. Nowadays, you look on any corner, you'll see empty water bottles,
the packaging,
plastic, exactly. You know what I mean? So, you know, I try to talk to the boys on my corner. When I see them, I pull up and just say, you know, I don't mind. y'all do y'all thing, hold it down. Just please pick up the trash for me, and just please be respectful to everybody that you encounter. You know what I mean? So I try to just train them and tell them, look, I own a salon right here, but I'll allow y'all to do that. Just do it right. You know what I mean? And then I'll always just tip them, just showing them, like, look, keep doing it the right way. Right. Keep being respectful. Keep, you know, just being a good business, a young man, a good business kid.
Hustling and keep,
And
exactly.
I just wanted to touch on that because it just shakes my day every time I encounter these rough-ass boys that basically force you to buy a water bottle. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's super unfortunate. But I'm curious to see what they'll do about it, because I did see that on the news, and I even saw, like you said, some people like, well, what do you expect them to do? And I'm with you on that. Like, I definitely love the fact that they're not doing no other bullshit, but it doesn't make no better that you know, it just shouldn't be an uncomfortable experience, period, for a driver when you're approaching an intersection. You should not have to feel uncomfortable or just harassed or disrespected over a damn water bottle, like, period.
But then it's like, too, let's get to the truth. Are they not out here robbing and stealing? Because some of those boys, I do believe they do rob and steal outside of selling water. I think that they come and make a little change on the street, and then they go in the streets and commit other crimes. They have to. They're just too aggressive. They're too just angry. They're too violent. Like, some of those boys
it's probably a mixture, definitely.
Exactly.
And some intersections definitely worse than others.
Exactly. Yeah. So it would just be so dope, like I said, to just see the boys that are doing it right really succeed and just, you know, take over and not let these other boys come and, you know, just give it a bad image, because a lot of people aren't in favor of it.
Yeah.
So,
That just kind of makes me think about just everything that's been going on, just even recently with like just the passing of rappers, you know, dying.
Too
you know,
often.
like, you know, just recently, I know just Mo3, King Von. I mean, the list goes on. The Pop Smoke. The list goes on and on and on.
Yes.
If we want to just talk recent, if we just want to talk 2020, the list is still long as hell, probably longer than the past 5 years. But I'm just curious to just get your insight on that. I'm just kind of want to hear how you feel about that, because that's definitely been bothering me. And it almost makes it scary to want to be a rapper. But I don't even know if I want to say that, because in all reality, you know, some of these rappers, I won't say all, some of them just still live that street life, you know, which, you know, some of them, in all fairness, because some of them are just innocently taken out here because of jealousy, envy, or whatever the case may be. But some of them do still live the street life, and I just wonder why that's always so hard to cut off. Like, once you get going so good, successfully the legit way, why is it so difficult? Why do you think it's so difficult for some of these young men and rappers to really like leave the street life alone?
I really think that they're intimidated and they don't want change. Like, think about it. It's their environment, it's their culture, so they don't want to leave it. You know what I mean?
That's
They're like,
true.
okay, I'm gonna move to Beverly Hills and then what? Be living next to Joanne and John, and you know what I mean? So I just think that they don't want to change it. They like just being around people that they grew up with. Right. You know what I mean? I think about all the time, like, I wish, not really, but I miss being back at home because, we all knew everybody.
Right.
Like, you can just go to a neighborhood and y'all can have a barbecue. People can pull up. You know what I mean?
Right. So
it's more of a community.
True.
And I think that that's definitely what it is. They don't want to leave that. They don't want to leave their friends. Mm-hmm. They don't want to leave their borough or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
They just don't want to leave because it is different. When they move to the suburb, it is different. Right. You know what I mean? Like, where they're from, they can probably blast music a little bit louder. Nobody will care. They can kind of ride around and just not and be unbothered. But, when they move to suburbs, maybe that's not the case. You know? Which it isn't, just to be real. Somebody's going to be like, yo, they loud next door. They're having parties and stuff like that. So, I think that that's definitely what it is. But it's just still so unfortunate because, like you said, so many rap artists. That's the only genre that just murder every week, every other week. And I think it has a lot to do with the music, the lyrics, you know what I mean, what they're talking about, and their upbringing. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of these rappers have a big influence on our youth and how violent they are and the things that they're doing because they're just acting out what you're rapping about. You know what I mean? I think a lot of rappers are super contradicting because they go up here and they try to stand and talk in front of community events and stuff like that, but then go make a whole song about robbing and killing. Right. You know what I mean? And I get that that's where they came from, right? Because you want to tell your story. Right. You want to tell your story, and that's all they're saying. Like, look, I've been sleeping in the car. Goddamn, I had to sell dope and help my mom, such and such. So they're proud to have survived that. So they want to share that story. But I think we can share the story and still just end it with something positive, saying, hey, but you don't have to do this. Right. I figured out you don't even have to go through that. You know what I mean? And just teach it that way if you have to tell your story. But I think too much they're just drilling it in front of the youth. Yeah, they are. In every damn song, every video.
Yeah, just everything. And just imagine if music really spoke to like a different side of men, I guess, versus right now, it's just hoes, bros, money, drugs, violence. Just imagine if they were rapping about just men, a clique of niggas with getting money the legit way in real businesses and rapping about how you can, just really, it's such a whole nother side to life that I think some of these street people that, just aren't blessed to either see or don't even want to try to see it or think it seems so far-fetched. But I tell people I know all the time that in the streets, like, you can be just as successful, if not even more, sleep peacefully at night and not have to worry about all that extra stuff, doing it a whole different way. Because most of these guys in the streets, I feel like they got such a good hustler mentality that I'm like, only if you apply that to some real shit. Like, just imagine where you could go with that mentality y'all have, how y'all able to work the streets the way you work it. Just imagine if that were applied to something real, like
because it is real. It's a lot of successful black men out here, especially in Atlanta. And they're just not being highlighted enough.
Not rappers,
you know what I mean?
Really.
Like, you said what?
I said they ain't rappers to really rap about it too.
Matter of fact, I saw a post. I follow this group of guys that they're all like corporate. They legit. You know what I mean? But he was like, isn't it crazy how it was a rapper that actually paid him to use his cars in the video? And they was like, look at that. The rapper paying the corporate guy that got it the legit way, that has the Rolls Royce, paid him to use his vehicle in the video. You know what I mean? And I just want to say to any young man out there watching, old man, whatever, you can definitely be successful. You know what I mean? No matter where you came from, you can look outside of that. With the internet, everything is at at our fingertips. You know what I mean? So you can go and see that there's better out there. Yes. And I know it's not the easiest to change a situation or to change your environment, but it can be done. And just make sure you're feeding yourself. And that you believe that it can be done first and foremost. I think that's it. Believe in. Like, I was
go ahead.
No,
I was just gonna say, don't let your past define you, and don't let what you've been through define you. I think sometimes men feel like, oh well, I didn't have this, and I went through this, and now they just take that whole energy and kind of use it to just kind of down themselves even more. I guess if I can interpret that the right way, but Yeah, just don't let that. You can be anything you want to be. You can stop and change whatever you're doing at any moment. All it takes is for you to decide that you want to do it and to do it. You don't have to let your past define you or what you've been through define you. Like,
Exactly. And it's like, I just wish that our leaders took more accountability, and especially the rappers in particular. And like I said, just change their lyrics. You know what I mean? Like, at least have some type of balance. You know what I mean?
Maybe balance it out.
They see these rappers and they got all these diamonds and they take all their money out the bank and sit it on the table, literally, and hold on to it for weeks and months and take pictures and videos with the same money or their homeboys' money. And people idolize that. You know, the youth, they idolize that. They're like, damn, I can be rich just by rhyming, just by cat in the hatting. You know what I mean? I can get wealthy. So they're like, damn, I want to do that. You know what I mean? And then that's the agenda we push. Like, that's all we put in front of our youth is like rappers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And so as parents too, we need to make sure that we create that balance for our kids. You know what I mean? Of course, they're going to gravitate towards rappers and they're going to glorify the jewelry and the money and things like that. But as a parent, like, we have to make sure that we're paying attention and that we provide that balance for our kids by saying, look, put that damn phone down, get off YouTube, turn off the videos and read this or watch that. You know what I mean? And it has a lot to do with the parents. It has a lot to do with the parents. Like, you know, we can't control what's on the TV nowadays. Everything is on the TV. Everything. You know what I mean? So you just have to educate your kids. You have to just let them know right from wrong and show them that there's better out there. Show them. Even if you aren't the example or no one around you is the example, you can Google some shit and you can prove it to your kid that it's possible. You can Google another black person that's probably doing exactly what they want to do and show them that it's possible. You know what I mean? So,
very, very true.
I just think a lot of the influence comes from music, you know, some of his movies. Like, I like T.I. I like that he's educated. You know, I like how he speaks, but I hate that every once in a while he still drops a song talking about the street life. Like, damn, boy, you've been out of the street life for a while now. Can we just focus on the life that you're actually living right now? Yeah. Like, can we focus on that life? You know what I mean? But it's like, I think they fear that nobody will buy their music, maybe. Because I don't get it. I just don't get it. When you pass that life, like, why are we still talking about it? Then you go around and you talk about all these positive things and not selling drugs and this and that, but then you go drop a song like, I was in the trap with the bricks and the... It's just contradicting, you know what I mean? So the kids confused as hell. Like,
yeah, but and you saying, like, people might not buy their music, maybe that is part of what it is. Because even if you think about the females, and this is a whole other discussion, but sex sells. You know, it's women that I know that said they tried to do it approach it a different way, I guess, as far as how they carry themselves or their image with the music, but it doesn't take off like the sex sells. When if I'm in a 2-piece rapping about who knows what, be throwing a Sprite can. I think back to Lil' Kim all the time, but you know, they've just even like. Just with images, period. You know, I know women who've done things where they use their image, I guess, to sell whatever they're selling, whether it's an Instagram model, whatever it may be, and just seeing how once they got surgery or things enhanced with their body, how things take off. And it's just unfortunate that I think, you know, it will take a nice amount of people. It can be turned around. It's just going to take, I feel like, a lot of us to really do that. You know, one person can't do it and then everybody else still doing the other shit, because then that person is going to be the one with the less sales probably. So it probably is a catch-22, like, because the way the whole...
wants to make... It's a sacrifice. Nobody wants to make that sacrifice. It's a sacrifice to shift everything. Let's sacrifice it. Let's not support this type of music. But nobody wants to sacrifice their money, time, nothing. Most people don't like to sacrifice anything. So I think that's what it is. People are scared. Like, well, I don't want to fail. Right. You remember when we were doing music? First of all, let me tell y'all.
We done went through some.
I'm so glad nobody can even find these damn songs. Them first songs we dropped, listen, let me tell y'all something. Y'all would have thought that we had 3 bodies, a whole trap house, so dope, with straight murderers, killers. We was talking so crazy because we were like, that's what we supposed to talk about. You know what I mean? Like, yo.
I remember you was like, put a gat in your mouth. Keep them running.
I'm going to run in your house. Put a gat in your mouth. Put no gat in nobody's mouth. Not for real. I ain't going to run in your house and do it. Now, you come in my house. You know what I mean?
But it's the influence that had on us. It had us even talking about talking some gangster shit, you know, that we wouldn't normally talk, honestly, trying to cater to what we thought we had to do to succeed at that time.
We were I'm talking about, I don't even know a rapper now that talks that street.
Yeah,
like, we was Little Kim, like back in the day. I'm talking about.
People were shocked
if
too.
If you need a hit, call the Twins. That's what you would have thought listening to our song. Like,
and we was coming off basketball and you primarily and all that, but it was just funny because I know even some of our friends' moms and stuff was just really like, damn, the Twins. Like,
we were scared for Mom to hear it. Like, Mom, just listen. It's what we have to do. Okay? It's what we have to do to make it. Just, it's not true. We're not going to do any of it. It's just what the fuck we have to do, Mom. My mom was like disappointed. You hear me? Like, what the fuck? Who did I raise? Listen, y'all, and we are so not them people. But the songs was busting though.
Hey, they was right.
We was doing a little bit of capping in there. We was doing a little bit of capping. We ain't all in the streets like that. So,
and the crazy part is we realized that we was much more successful just being ourselves, honestly, you know, because it's different, few different scenarios where we try to cater to, you know, I know they was trying to make you dress in a whole.
Wear butt pads, remember that?
Oh,
we ain't gonna tell them what label was trying to make me wear butt pads. Oof. Listen, they did not accept me.
That's baby why, butt ain't fat already.
Man, I wish I could think of that group. It's a group with a stud in it. It's like an R&B group. I can't think of it. But that's why when I see rappers like Younger May and stuff like that make it, I be like, yo, that's what's up. Because I remember when me and Twin was doing it, and I thought we could capitalize off the whole Twin thing, like same but different. They was like, no, bitch, you need to take that sports bra off and sit that them boobies up. You need to put a Victoria's Secret bra on, and then you need some butt pads, and you need to wear some tight shit. Like, they had me in heels. I had cut my hair. Remember that shit? I cut my hair in a mohawk and was stuck in it.
I remember some of the pictures where you would just be trying to stand
I'm still
like
stuck
with the
in
heels.
It. Look, I had to dread it out. I'm stuck in that mohawk for life. I was never able to get out of that mohawk for real, y'all. Because trying to grow these sides.
Man.
Listen. But man, like, just even touching on that, like, every time we met with a label, they told us to go this way. We'll go this way. They'd be like, go this way. Just a completely different direction. Yeah. And they just kept trying to change us. Yeah. Mainly me. Like, They was not having it. And listen, it didn't matter what the hell I had on. Somebody on that record label was trying to...
Period.
For real. And I'm like, God,
period.
Like,
now, ain't that the truth?
I came here dressed like you thinking I'm safe. It was like they was harassing me more than Twin. You know what I mean? I'm like, dang, this is crazy. Like, the music industry is crazy.
It really is.
You know what I mean? Like, how about... Do you want to tell a story about when that song and you went to go pick it up? Or you want me to tell you? Because it's time we're here now, baby. Let's tell them about
cut.
Keep it rolling.
No, yes. So, celebrity.
Because we ain't gonna name drop because we really could.
Right. We was at
just to get the views up.
But we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that in the day. But we was at a studio session with a very well-known record label and all that stuff. And this one particular artist came in. Long story short, he heard us, wanted to do a song with us, all this stuff. So. Fast forward, he wanted us to pick the song up.
Sorry, we're not gonna fast forward to there, baby. One little segment in between there. Let's just make this part clear that I was the one in communication with him in regards to the whole thing because I was like our manager. Me and him had been going back and forth with the music up until it was time to pick it up. Just to make that clear, he was talking to me the entire time up until it was time to pick it up. Then he called Big Booby Judy. Go ahead, Big Booby Judy.
Yeah, so I was supposed to pick the song up and. Looking back in hindsight, I don't even know if I would have thought anything, you know, like, I mean, I'm just picking a song up. Doesn't matter where I'm picking it up from. I don't know. I'm picking the song up. And we're excited, you know, so I'm not even really thinking like that, right? I'm just at this point excited to pick the song up. I'm not thinking anything crazy, and nobody had never made me feel uncomfortable or disrespected me or anything like that. So went to pick it up. I'm trying to think of how detailed I get with this story.
Let me keep it
high level.
We ain't drop no names, so we can drop details. It's details and names. Which one?
I went to pick it up, and I was at the door. He wasn't answering the phone at first, which was odd, you know. And that once he did eventually answer after a couple of calls, I'm like, you know, hey, I'm here. It was a gated community, all that stuff. I'm like, hey, I'm here. He says to just come in, which that probably should have been one of my very first signs. Like, a little odd, you would just let somebody in. But I don't know. I'm thinking, again, all the vibes are good. I know I'm not here for no BS, so I'm not expecting nothing. Whatever. Let me get the song. So I go in, and he's just high as hell, first of all. And he actually had a blunt burning, about to burn his whole furniture. Was sitting there just burning. I'm like, you're about to burn your furniture up. And I just remember him grabbing me literally and just throwing me like on top of his face, honestly, like grabbing me and putting me over him. And
I didn't know them details. Keep going.
Oh, baby, cut.
You see, y'all welcome. Y'all welcome, because I didn't know we was getting that. Now he did what? So he on his face.
Yeah. So and I feel like I'm trying to remember it. It was a minute ago, but he definitely I had asked about the song. Obviously, there was a few words back and forth, and I'm trying to remember.
So him throwing you on the face was like, let me give you some head type? Or
yeah,
like, okay.
It definitely was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was just so blown away. Well, and that was the end, actually. So let me take it back. It all happened so fast. But when I first got there, I'm really trying to remember. Forgive me. Like I said, I asked for the song. The blunt was sitting there burning. I'm like, you about to burn your stuff up. I'm asking for the song. He's just not really giving me a gesture that he's giving it to me. He's acting like he's about to go get it. That's when he goes upstairs. I'm kind of just standing there looking around. Nice big house. I'm kind of just even lost that he was even that open with me. Like, bro, just give me the song and keep it moving. I don't even know why I had to come inside at this point. But he had never given me any sign of anything disrespectful or him even liking me or just nothing that would make me have felt any type of way about going there. And yes, he literally just grabbed me, like I said, pulled me. I really had to tussle with him, really. Like, I really tussled my way out of the tussle because he was super strong and aggressive. I don't know what he was high off of, but it definitely wasn't no Mary Jane. It was a whole nother level or something. I just remember even, too, as I was leaving out, he had a pistol sitting there because I remember thinking, like, you so high and dumb right now. Like, I don't know. He just clearly was out of his mind that day that I could just lay you out real quick, for real, and probably get away with it, you know what I'm saying, at this point. But just
so the stuff you was rapping about was true, huh? You will lay somebody out. You will, twin, huh?
In that case, hell yeah. Like, hell yeah, in that case. So let me know if I'm leaving anything out. You might remember more than me, but I know I end up... What did you know?
Straight to the main point. I didn't know the detail, but thank you for sharing it with me, too.
So I end up leaving, not getting the song,
right, that's
unfortunately.
That's where I jump back in.
And I got a call later on from a little higher up, even higher up celebrity, because the guy was kind of signed, so he was maybe a B-list celebrity. The other guy was A-list. But the whole crew, they called me on speaker and were just super apologetic. I guess they all put two and two together. Like, you don't remember that?
No. So he did apologize.
He didn't. No, it was his people that called.
Okay.
Yeah, it was his people that called. I was just trying to make sure I wasn't going to take no type of action or nothing. They didn't know what was going to happen. They was just like, we see I can't remember their exact words, but they were just trying to see how I was feeling and making sure that, trying to check my temperature, right. I guess, and apologizing on his behalf and saying that they were sorry, because I was just like, I could have the whole thing could have went so left. I could have as high as he was, I could have recorded him, sold it, shot him, stole from him. If I was even in that mind frame, like, I got the man address, could have sent some, like, that's not what I do at all. But I'm just saying where he put himself in jeopardy. Luckily, I'm not that type of person, like, because that was never on my mind. But right, you know what I'm saying? Girls would be doing. But it just blew my mind that he even thought it would be like that it would be that easy. Obviously, maybe there are some girls that it is that easy with.
Of course.
Obviously, even though I showed no signs of nothing, very innocent. But yeah, that was just one of the many times that I've been tried. With,
and more importantly, not more importantly, definitely not more importantly.
Because I want to hear what's more important.
Most importantly, you was tried.
Okay.
Secondly, we didn't get our song.
Okay.
And it was just because she didn't do a sexual act with him. And he literally led us on, y'all. We were so excited because it would have been big for him to be on the song.
Yes.
And did the song, let us hear a snippet of it.
Yeah.
And just never gave us the record. You know what I mean? And we experienced that a lot, just switching management.
If I was anywhere near any type of hoe, honestly, we would have had songs with all type of motherfuckers.
Right, for real.
Like, I made it a point that, if I lay down with anybody, it's going to be because I want to, not for nothing, and I would totally fight that, which definitely lost some opportunities that I don't regret, but...
I remember you was a little emotional about it, and I was like, twin, fuck that shit. Don't nobody care about that song.
I thought we were about to blow.
Give it up for that song. Like,
right.
Now, an album, you got to give it up for. But not one track. Like, we ain't going to give it up for that. You feel me? So,
hey, for the album.
Like, twin, please, don't you ever think that. I don't give a damn. Don't you ever even consider that. Like, I will just take all the losses if that's what that means. We just won't be getting no damn songs then.
Nah, for real.
And basically that's what happened.
Right.
For real, we didn't get no damn songs from nobody.
Nah, yeah.
Everybody lied to us. Everybody misled us. Everybody tried to change us and make me Sharkeisha, goddamn it. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? And like I said, even with me, like, people think because I'm dressed like a tomboy that dudes don't still want to engage.
Y'all be surprised.
Listen, to this day.
Y'all be surprised.
To this day. But back then, I was like,
okay,
I'm going to be the face. I'm going to protect twin. They don't want me. How y'all doing? I'm Sway, such and such. Hold my hand on. How you? Come on, quit playing. So listen. So this is what we here for. But that happened a lot. Like, I was surprised. Like, damn, these men are just horn dogs.
Man.
Like, they don't care what you got on, first of all.
Anything
as long as you got a hold, they good. Like, they picture me, I guess, like twin or, you know, they like, what shit? Like dudes, they say all the time, we don't care about all that shit. When you take your clothes off, we know what it is. You really don't. You don't know how everything's sitting for real, for real.
Oh, my goodness. This is
but
funny.
It's just crazy. So I was like, damn, I can't imagine what the feminine girls are going through. If they trying to mess with me, like.
No, for real.
It's crazy. Man, like, just, I can't imagine what some artists have gone through. They have sold their soul in a sense, because I feel like a lot of times when you look back at it, that's kind of what they were asking us to do. And it's like, then nobody really believed in us because they kept trying to change us. Like, you know, they didn't just say, twins, y'all just be yourself.
Right.
They was like, no, you need to do this, you need to do that.
Right.
Remember, we had a big meeting with another record label, and they said, did they say we both weren't feminine enough? I guess because you wasn't talking about pussy popping and stuff.
I told you had to. My bad.
No, but we were trying to do motivational songs like I Win.
Right.
And,
we had worked with that one producer, Craig. Yeah. We worked with Craig with that. He had us on a whole different. Yeah. It was like Chicks is running this shit tonight. We had that song. It was like definitely like women empowerment, motivational, inspirational type music. One of the many times we got shifted in our career. Yes. For those of y'all who are new tuning in, if you haven't already figured it out, we definitely are some rappers. Twin City all day. Ex-rappers. No, I'm a forever rapper. But yeah, so we definitely, that's a whole nother. Make sure y'all check us out on all social media platforms. Tapping with the Twins. You can check us out on Instagram. Maybe even catch some old footage on our YouTube if you subscribe. Make sure y'all check us out. Queen Reese with 2 underscores and
Sway_Swizz.
Yes,
SWIZZ.
Yes, sir.
And listen, man, to all artists out there, like, stay true to yourself, because if you pay attention now, the artists that are really winning are the Cardi B's, like the people that's staying true to themselves. Yep. You know what I mean? Like. Lil Uzi, like people that's just being them. People think they weird and they crazy and like, why would he say that? Why would she say that? But they're being their self and they're making it. People respect that. People like transparency. They want to see people be real. Right. You know what I mean? So just make sure you stay true to that, because I really believe that if we would have stayed true to that, we would have been more successful in our music.
We'd have moved at a different,
because we were just, like I said, shifted so much. Like we'll go to one record label, they'll say, you guys need to do this type of song. We'll do the song, and then another label here and be like, "No, you ain't supposed to be making that type of music." Right. It was just so much. So just stay true to yourself. You might, experience some rejection, but that's okay. That's normal for anything on any journey. Yes. But stay true to yourself. Yes. You know what I mean? Stay true to yourself. And you know what, Twin? One day we got to do a song. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just to kind of drop on the podcast. I'm going to slide in on them. No, for real. A whole performance. We're going to have to, perform. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would love that. But even just going back to like what I initially said, just to as far as just the all the losses that we're experiencing, whether it's with rappers or in general, but just the black on black crime in general, I just want to say that I just really hope that we just get to a better place with that, because, I know we scream Black Lives Matter, and I'm definitely all for Black Lives Matter. However, I do hear people that will mention, how can we scream Black Lives Matter when we're the main ones taking us off the earth? Now, again, I'm all for Black Lives Matter. However, I do just wish we would be more conscious and aware of the fact that we are really knocking off our own race. You know what I'm saying? Like, we kill ourselves more than anybody. So, we can scream Black Lives Matter. Don't nobody else do nothing to us, but let our own race keep taking us off. Like, I just wish that we would just come together more. I don't know what it would take. I know that, when you're talking about street shit, I know it's, people have rough upbringings. It's hard to get people to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't even know what it would take, to be honest with you, other than a village. But I just wish that we could do better, honestly. No, I definitely agree with you. And it's like, if people think about it, if they wiped out all white people, the crime rate would still be high as shit. Like, then what we gonna say? Then what? I would be really curious to know, what are we gonna do? Right. Like, are we gonna protest? Are we gonna do anything? Or are we just gonna find a reason to blame it on somebody else? Right. You know what I mean? But I feel you, like, on that Black Lives Matter, it's like, yes, But if it matters so much, then act like it fucking matters.
Right.
Who does it matter to? Like, you
and
know
stop
what I mean?
feeling like y'all got something to prove, to the men in the streets for the most part. And I keep saying the streets because that's primarily, unfortunately, where it's happening. But let me be clear: a lot of innocent people get hurt as well. But don't stop feeling like you got to prove something to people. I feel like sometimes, the young cats, they running around with the bigger cats and they feeling like if something pop off, they got something to prove that I'm down, that I'm with the shits, and that, or I can't act soft, or I can't walk away from a situation because I'm going to look soft, or I can't just square up and fight like a man because if I get beat up, then I'm going to look weak, then I got to come back and do something. Like, all that is just bullshit. And I just wish we would stop feeling like we got something to prove and just find different ways to handle things. Throw some hands. If you really got to throw some hands, take a L. It's okay. We all take L. Somebody got to lose. But the fact that you can stand up and do that just speaks so much higher that anybody can just pull out a gun and shoot at anybody, that's kid, anybody. That's weak as hell. Sit there, square up if it must come to that, because I would like to hope that it wouldn't even come to that. But if it must come to that, why can't we just square up, keep it moving? I know that's easier said than done, but just why does it have to always resort to weapons? And they pull them out and shoot with such hesitation, it blows my mind. And I just want
no hesitation.
With no hesitation. That's what I meant to say. I don't know what the hell I said, but that's definitely what I meant to say. And it just blows my mind sometimes that some people really think that, like, what in the hell makes you think that you have the power or control, that you have the say-so to really take somebody's life? Like, who are you to determine that this person should no longer live and you really are going to take their life, which impacts so many people? And I know they're not really thinking that at the moment, but some of these people who go about it different ways, definitely. But I just wish, that the crime would decrease. I wish we could come together more just with everything. I would rap just with businesses and just supporting each other and coming together a lot more like some of the other races do. They really come together even with businesses and build brands and work together. And I just wish that we could do that more, because we are so powerful. If only we knew that when we would come together and really stick together with something, we are really more powerful than any other race, honestly. Yes. So just imagine if we use our power in the right fucking way, what we could do, So
I don't think people believe that. I don't think people really believe how powerful we are.
Yeah, I think that too.
Because if it was proven, I think then people would be more in favor of, doing what we need to do to change things. But I think they're like, nah, we ain't like popping like that. Them white people still running. White people still like, nah. We got to know our power.
Yes.
And we got to put our pride aside.
Yes.
Pride is just the main killer too. Like you said, everybody want to be tough. Nobody wants to look like the punk. Even before fighting, like, what are we fighting for? We can't talk it out, and then we can't just agree to disagree and walk away and just go on with our day without feeling any less of a man or a woman or better of a man or woman because you think you won or lost. Like, why we just can't disagree and move on? You know what I mean? Why we just can't be respectful to everybody and just live in a little bit more of peace? You know what I mean? Like, just being real. Like, I get tired of people who, it's like, I feel some kind of way about, the movement too, not the Black Lives Matter movement, but the fact that I feel like black people aren't taking accountability for like our actions. Right. You know what I mean? Like, people get offended when a white person says like that they're intimidated or they're nervous or fearful when they see a black person, right?
A certain black person specifically.
Right? Like, let's say like a guy with a hoodie or a hat on or something like that, right? Right. And so, listen, don't get me wrong. There are some very racist people in there that just see a black person no matter what shade you are and they just are racist. You feel me? Fuck them. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the fact that me as a black woman, I am almost fearful of a black man. And I'm just being real about that.
Real shit.
I have been chased down by a gun here in Atlanta. I've been on the main street. Car stolen, car broken into, house broken into. So, and it was all black men. It was all black men. Like, I remember the day that I got robbed. I was standing on my car talking to a girl. And these 4 guys was approaching us, right? And I remember thinking, damn, they look a little intimidating, like, but I'm going to try to get them the benefit of the doubt. I remember saying that, like, ooh, this feel a little weird. They look a little, but I'm trying to just, they get my stepson, my nephew wears hoodies and shit. Right. They're good dudes. Right. You feel me? But I remember thinking that, and so I remember trying not to look too obvious, like I was fearful of them. So I kind of turned my back and kept talking to her. And next thing you know, I looked at her and I saw her like, so I knew then behind me they had the guns and everything. And I was like, damn. I remember thinking, damn. Like, I really tried to give these dudes the benefit of the doubt because they were just walking up a street, and sure enough, here we are being robbed. They literally chased us with the guns. And I remember looking back and seeing a dude in a red hoodie chase me. You feel me? So when our house was, even when we were younger, you know, and our house was broken into, it was a black dude. Like, I never had a crime happen to me by a white person. I'm not saying they don't commit crimes at all.
Right.
I'm just saying the reality of it is, our black men, a certain group of our black men commit certain crimes. Like, that's just
and I think it sucks that we even have to be this hesitant saying it, because everybody does get so simple-minded with it. Like, we're saying, like, we're pointing a finger at blacks, or like we're saying we're just, and that's totally, and she done made that clear. That's not the case at all. But it's always going to be that one that's going to take the shit the wrong way. At the end of the day, like you're saying, let's just be real about some of the shit. Like, let's just be real about it, whether we fighting for it, whatever the case is. Let's just be real about the facts. Like, that is factual, you know. And I wish that we could change that about us, because, like she said, my son, who knows, just like you may have felt about him, who could feel that way about my son just simply because of what he has on. And unfortunately, because that's just where it mostly comes from. Though.
Exactly.
Like,
because the reality of it is, most young black boys that commit crimes do
have a certain look.
You know, they wear things that kind of cover their faces. So they wear like hoodies and certain hats. They have a certain look. You know what I mean? And I even try to tell Isaiah, that my stepson, like, look, I know you want to look a certain way, but unfortunately, because this look of this hair, this nappy hair and stuff has a bad image, like, let's just touch it up a little bit. It just is what it is. I don't want you to go through experience shit to then, you know, decide if we're going to change it up. Let's just prevent it a little bit. Still be yourself, but let's just do certain things, because this type of look, it has a bad image, and it just is what it is. Every friend I know that's been robbed, shot at, I know people that's been killed at the gas station in broad daylight, it was by a black male. You feel me? So, yes, white cops are killing our black men and our black people, period. And that shit needs to stop, period. That's a whole separate conversation. But I want us to take accountability for the fact that we have some work to do, too.
Right.
Like, how the fuck are we protesting all the time about cops, which happens even if it's once every 2 weeks, let's say that. Once every 2 weeks. Somebody get killed down there every day.
Right.
Innocent kids get killed in drive-bys and everything, and nobody does shit.
Yep.
Nobody does shit. Like, I'm just sick of that. And I'm sick of us being in denial. You know what I mean? I'm sick of us getting so defensive when people say that shit. Like, no, it's true. God damn it. Like, it's true. Like, because when I see black people walk by, not just because of that robbery, but because of everything else that has happened to me. My salon got broken into by 2 black guys. Like, it's black guys. So now I do look twice when I see a black guy. So the non-racist white person that may be a little hesitant, I feel them. You know what I mean? Again, there's a group of white people that aren't racist, but they still feel how I feel.
Right.
And I'm black.
Exactly.
And I still fear some black men. You know, I don't fear nobody, but you get what I'm saying? I just...
Right.
I'm going to look twice. I'm going to make sure, you know, shit ain't right. I'm going to look over my shoulder, look over your shoulder.
Right.
It just is what it is, and it fucking sucks. Like, I even hate that I have to be armed and carried. Like, I hate it. I hate grabbing a gun and putting it on my hip. I hate it. It does something to me every day. Like, damn, I don't feel free. Like, I got to worry about... Because I'm a business owner, you know, and because things have happened to me, you know, because even my fiance was like,
right to.
She was kind of surprised, like, damn, why you so, like, you know, defensive, why you so on guard and, you know, guarded, and I'm like, you know, nothing has happened to her, but she gets it when I break it down to her, like, babe, this has happened to me. I have woken up and saw a man standing in the hallway. Right. I was standing in my car and turned around and seen a pistol, you know, headed towards me. Like, I've experienced these things, so yes, like, you know. Right. And that's why we all just need to respect everybody's mind and understanding that everybody has different experiences that have molded them into who they are. And there's certain reasons why they respond a certain way. It's a reason why I'm always looking over my shoulder, because shit, for some reason, I done had some fucked up shit happen to me. You know what I mean?
Everybody feels how they feel for some reason. Like, whether we agree with it, whether we even understand it, because I try to, even if I don't agree with something, I try to understand it. Right. I might not even understand it, but I'm like, they feel that way for a reason. Exactly. Even if I may never know, you know, and just being more open-minded with just that in general, you know, just how people feel and, you know, how they react to things. Like you said, everybody's different. For real. I know Chantel hasn't experienced that, so she quite can't relate as much, but I'm sure she, you know, has a great idea. But yeah, just
because, you know, she grew up in New York, where it's like, you know, the complex is like our old where we grew up. You know, everybody know everybody.
Right.
So she be like, damn, like, and I'm like, look, I be mad at her, like, look, when you pull up in the crib, turn that damn music down so you can hear your surroundings.
Right.
You know what I mean? She be thumping like, do.
Right.
I be like, Shelly, turn your music down. Somebody come up to your window, just at least while you pull into the garage, turn that shit down. And she be like, dang, why you, you know, and I be like, when you out, just be attentive, be alert. You know what I mean? You're a beautiful black woman. You're by yourself sometimes, so just be alert. And she be like, damn, you be over the top with it. And I'm like, babe, listen. Like,
and then it doesn't help too, because you know it's almost like you're almost targeted in a certain way too. And then when you kind of flip it, as far as, you know, that's why some people, when they get money or achieve certain accomplishments, are hesitant to like show it or to wear certain things, or I don't wear my jewelry unless I'm going here because I don't want it stolen from me, and just stuff like that. You know, sometimes just even successful people, unfortunately, are more targeted, which just, you know, like, damn, I can't even just be me and wear my jewelry and wear the stuff I bought that I worked hard for without feeling like I'm on edge or nervous or just flat out not wearing it because I don't even want to deal with what could come with it. And that's unfortunate. You can't even enjoy your shit without wondering, you know.
Again, we are our own worst enemy.
Yes.
We are our main competition. Yes. And if only we could just cut out the black on black crime and just join forces and really know our power. You know what I mean? Man, this world could just be so different. We could have more opportunities.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I understand, too, that we're not given the most opportunities compared to the other race. You know, so I get that we have to kind of get it out the mud and grind a little harder, but we can still do it without all the other crazy shit. You feel me? And I just wish, you know, even through my business experience, it's just hard to find good partners. Everybody's just in competition.
Yeah.
Everybody's in competition. Meanwhile, I be seeing all these white people, and they be so just united, you know what I mean? Like they
happy for each other.
Exactly. Like I had a meeting the other day. It was 4 people. It was 2 couples, and they like together. I'm like, damn, that's so dope to find 3 partners. You know what I mean? But man, if we could only understand 2 minds are better than one.
It's enough money for all of us. Like it really is enough money for all of us. Like even if you think something's saturated, you can come through and do something new. And that's why I look forward to in the future finishing or starting a program rather where I'll go out to schools to really catch kids at a young age. I'll just be stuttering like a motherfucker. Catch kids at a young age to just learn about credit and the power of that so that they can think young and understand. Like my son, his whole mentality is just different because of what he's surrounded by, you know, between me and his auntie, like just seeing, you know, what he can do with credit. My son's credit will be awesome by the time he's 18, so he doesn't Y'all bear with me today. I low-key was having a long-ass rough day. Glad I made it here. I came just for y'all, for real. That's a whole nother podcast discussion. But just, you know, them understanding the power of credit, what you can do with it. You can go and open that business, even if it's not something you are excited about, but you just want to franchise something, just have a stream of income, multiple streams of income, but that where their mind could just think different versus thinking, I got to get out here and go get me a pound and flip it and blah, blah, blah for me to go get some Jordans in a car and all that. No, you can go take this credit card and get this business loan and make this investment and get residual income, you know, and just catching them at a young age to really instill that in them, because the older they get, the harder it is to really try to reverse their mindset.
Very true.
Yes.
So I think it just starts with just believing that we can be better, that there's better out there, believing that you don't have to be, you don't have to grow up like the people around you. You know what I mean? Like, I know that, you know, you can have a bunch of bad influence around you and still succeed.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you have to make your mind up that that's what you want to do. Yeah. And you have to just put in the work. Yeah. Like anything else. You know, you have to put in the work. So, I think look, we had other stuff to talk about, but man, we really tapped into some things today that I'm glad that we did tap into. And, listen, if anybody has any type of community events or anything like that, we love to do stuff like that. Yes. Anything we can do to give back to people and just do our part to make a difference, we're definitely up for it. Yes. Especially when it comes to our youth. Right. So, yes.
Yeah,
definitely. Also, what we'll go ahead and do is the quote of the day.
Okay.
Which kind of ties into what we've been talking about. You want to go ahead, Twin?
The quote, the strongest people. The quote of the day is, what is it? The strongest people are not those who show strength in front of us, but those who win battles we know nothing about.
Exactly.
Meaning, go ahead and elaborate for them.
Okay, I got it, sure. First of all, shout out to those who are fighting battles we know nothing about.
Exactly.
For example, health issues, relationships, domestic violence, things like that we try to put to the side and wake up and go to work and have a smile every day. You guys are the true champions. Yes. You guys are the strongest people. Not the guy that's in the gym not the guy that's on the street selling drugs with
Facts.
a gun, talking shit and all that. They're the weakest.
Yep.
Speaking specifically to the people in the street, not the people in the gym. But the ones that's with guns and shit and think they so fucking tough, they're the weakest. It's that, like you said, it's easy to pick up a gun. But shout out to the people that's just really dealing with shit inside that people may never know nothing about, but you get up every day and you try to put that shit to the side. You try to shake that anxiety that you're dealing with every day, and you get up and you just try to smile, whether it's for your kids, whether it's at work. You know what I mean? But shout out to you. You are strong.
The strongest.
If nobody has ever told you that, you are the strongest.
Yes.
Like you said, if you are dealing with a relationship that's just bringing you down, first of all, work on getting out of that shit.
Right.
I don't give a fuck how long you've been with somebody. You do not have to sit and suffer.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
relationships are supposed to elevate you. Remember that. And whatever it's a friendship, whatever the case is. So if your partner, whoever you're with, is not elevating you in some type of way, and I'm not talking financially, that's nice too, but I'm talking about mentally, just positive energy, just feeding you just what you really need. Let it go. And that's with anything around you that's giving you that bad energy. Let it go.
And make sure you're giving it first.
Yeah, that part too.
A lot of times we request a lot of shit that we're not giving, especially women. You know what I mean? So make sure you're doing your part. Make sure you did everything you can. Don't be scared of counseling. People are so scared of counseling. I don't know why people are scared to be better.
Right.
That's all that it is, because we've been taught that like counseling is bad.
Right. Like it's
frowned upon. You don't even have to have issues, and you can go to counseling just to be proactive and make sure y'all don't have issues. Right. You know. But yeah, just want to say shout out to those people who are fighting battles that we know nothing about.
Right.
You are the strongest. We love you.
Yes.
And
love you.
just keep being strong. Keep being strong. So
yes.
That's all we got for today, y'all.
Yes,
we tapping out.
It's time to
Thank
tap
you. Subscribe
out.
on YouTube, y'all. Follow us on social media. Share this video. We appreciate y'all. See y'all next week.
Like, share, comment.
Hey.